Rumble. Everybody rumble. Let's get ready to
Hello,
rumble.
viewer. Welcome to Full Record Jacket with
Get
Phil and
ready to
Ben. And
rumble.
it's time to put your festival hats on because Glastonbury is on the way. As we make this show, we are only a week away from the big rave up in the field.
Why do you look like the man from Del Monte?
Because I always say yes, Ben.
I've heard. Can I have a tenner? I'm just.
I thought,
You're like a Colombian drug lord. Hey, I got 20,000 kilos of the finest cocaine. I don't know if that's a Colombian accent or not, but
if I was going, I would wear this because it's really wide, isn't it, for the old sun
you might have to pay for a second person with that hat.
You might do, actually, yeah.
That could invade somebody else's airspace.
Do you want me to keep it on for the duration of the
You can keep
show?
it on, dude. You can keep it on. I'm just having a look through the stages for Glastonbury.
Yeah, we're talking about what the lineup is for the 2024 Glastonbury Festival. So this program will go out of date pretty quickly, but
yeah.
some of them do.
Well, I've noticed. I don't know what stage. The Avalon stage. Don't know. Shaznay Lewis from All Saints is on the Saturday night, and on the Sunday, The Feeling. So anybody who wants to be bored to tears for an hour, go to the Avalon stage on Sunday at 22:50, and you can catch The Feeling. God, they're awful.
What was the song they did that was really the best known one that they did?
I'm going to have to look it up because, as you can tell,
they had a big hit, didn't they? That was quite a big hit. It was quite annoying. It was quite annoying.
Yeah. The Feeling. They are an artist, and they've got Peter. Fill my little world, rail up.
That's not the one I'm thinking of. That's not the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, is it not?
No.
Never Be Lonely.
Well, it could be that.
So, but they're playing on the Avalon stage. You got Newton Faulkner on the Saturday night, New Model Army. I was hoping to see, and I haven't seen down there. I've got into a band recently called the Black Pumas. I was hoping to see them on there. But Lulu is playing the Avalon stage with Frank Turner on Friday, and Kate Nash, who I once said had the ugliest arms in pop music. So,
is that right? You once said that.
I did, yeah. Bernard Butler's playing though, dude. Bernard Butler's on the acoustic stage on Sunday.
There's somebody on the left field stage on Sunday headlining called Bob Villan. Bob Vyllan.
I've seen that, yes, Bob
Who
Villan.
is Bob Villan? Who is that?
I would probably say he's probably a Bob Dylan cover version, isn't he, or something?
Well, yeah, I'm wondering whether that's what he is. I guess he must be a tribute act.
I do like the sound of this one. Russell Crowe's Indoor Garden Party.
Is that actually him?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Hasn't he got a band? He's got a band, doesn't he?
I
think that's him. Yeah, that's him.
Oh, it might be him then. That's on the acoustic stage. On the Saturday, he's on just before Ralph McTell and then Ocean Colour Scene. Oh, God. Friday on the acoustic stage, 2000, Scouting for Girls. Might as well go and shoot yourself in the face.
Are they that bad? I've never really. It's not, the name has always made me think that it sounds like it's going to be insipid. Am I right about that?
Yes, yeah, you are. Yeah.
It's just the name. It's just not inspired me to want to listen to them.
It's a little bit creepy, isn't it? Scouting for Girls.
It does also sound a little bit.
Yeah. I'm just looking on the park stage. There's nobody. Joe Wicks is on the park stage.
Is he really?
Is that the Joe Wicks? Or is it a different Joe Wicks? It is that Joe Wicks.
Do you know, I'm thinking, looking at this Glastonbury lineup, that I would rather have gone to the Taylor Swift concert because that's 3 hours. This is 3 days of this. I mean,
I know. I'm just going through.
I don't think I could handle 3 days of this.
The Breeders, I quite don't mind them. I'm just having a quick look through. I mean, Barry Can't Swim. Right, I'm up to the Woodseas stage.
I'm not
Yeah, I've
joking.
got Jamie.
I honestly would rather have gone to Taylor Swift than this Glastonbury. I
Yeah, I'm just. Oh
really
no,
would.
I'll tell you what. A band to watch out for on the Woodseas stage on Saturday at 16:30. Fat White Family. Really good band they are.
Now let's talk about the other stage and the two main stages,
Okay, let's have a
which are
look at
the
them.
ones that are most likely to be on
The
TV, aren't they?
Pyramid stage and the other stage.
Now let's look at the other stage. On the Friday,
Yeah.
I don't know much about idols.
No, nor do I.
I've heard of Bombay Bicycle Club.
Really good. I really like Bombay Bicycle Club.
And what would you describe them as?
Indie pop.
Okay.
Oh, I disappeared there. The lead singer, his name is removed from my brain at the moment, of Bombay Bicycle Club. He's got a really good solo album called Mr. Dukes. And
Okay.
then he does another one, Mr. Dukes, and there's a rapper he does a. But yeah, the Bombay Bicycle Club and Confidence Man. I've seen Confidence Man twice because they've supported Noel Gallagher.
Okay.
They're very much a poppy sort of act, Confidence Man, but they're mental at the same time.
Now
Apps.
they've also got. I'm trying to think who else is on here. They've also got the Streets. He's still going, obviously.
Yeah. The
That was
world's worst rapper.
That was like 10 years ago, wasn't it? That he came
20
out.
years ago, his debut album came out.
Was it really 20 years ago? Wow. You keep coming and going, Ben.
I know. I tell you what it is. It's because my cursor is on the lead studio, and I kept catching it with my hand. You got Block Party, which I've never really got into.
I've never listened to Two Door Cinema Club.
No, I've not. I think
I kind of like the name.
Yeah. I think I've heard some of the stuff by The National, but I've never really. We are literally like two old men shouting at clouds, aren't we?
Yeah. There's James, they're on. And of course, if they do their really well-known song, it would be my cue to not sit down, but to get up and go
off. Yeah.
To the toilet.
Oh, the Zootons are playing. Who've got the world's most attractive saxophonist.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, I'll just watch just for her. But I'm just having a look on. Yeah, the other state. There's nothing on there that says. Yeah, if you know what I mean. There's no Rick Astley and.
There isn't a Rick Astley, is there? I don't know very much about idols.
No, I don't either.
And the main one is The National. Now, I don't know much about The National, but aren't they sort of a little bit country-ish, American? I don't know. Maybe I've got that wrong, but they're American.
Talking to a man stuck in the 90s, Phil, here.
And if we look at the Pyramid stage, it's okay. It's not Sunday night. Friday night Pyramid stage. You've got Squeeze early on in the day, which might be popular, which could be popular with a lot of people. That could be one people turn on at lunchtime. People switch on the TV at lunchtime and say, "Oh yeah, Squeeze! They had so many great songs. We love Squeeze." That'll be happening online.
Yeah.
Paul Heaton, of course, has also got lots of songs people like. PJ Harvey, I presume Paul Heaton, is he doing all these beautiful songs? I presume he is. PJ Harvey is kind of like the most edgy artist
of them. Yeah.
As far as I'm aware. And then I don't know much about LCD Sound System.
I actually quite like LCD Sound System. I thought when I first heard the name, they were a band from the 70s, that sort of like Kraftwerk and stuff like that. But they're not actually too bad. Haven't got a clue about Dua Lipa. Sounds awful.
Haven't you heard any of her records?
No, because it sounds awful.
But you must have heard her pop records that get played all everywhere, like Houdini and Levitating. You must know those.
No.
Yeah?
No. I listen to Talk Sport, Absolute Radio 90s, Absolute Radio, and Radio X.
Well, Dua Lipa's got these very hooky, catchy pop songs, and she's sort of cool. You know what I mean? You know, because
I'm sort of cool, Phil.
she's very fashionable for the young people at the moment, so she's kind of cool. She's
No,
probably
right.
cooler than, say, cooler
Cheese.
than Kylie Minogue was at the start of her career, if you know what I
Yeah, but
mean.
she was doing the local bloody motion.
Exactly. So she's kind of cooler than that. You not heard? You must have heard "Levitating" by Dua Lipa. You must have heard that
It
one.
doesn't ring any bells, Phil. So it's
There's a
not.
there's a remix of "Levitating" which has actually got a guest appearance by Madonna on as well. Dua Lipa
Oh, that's why you've
featuring
heard
Madonna.
it, hasn't
I've
it?
heard that one.
I bet you
Um,
have.
but I don't know all Dua Lipa stuff, but I have listened a bit to that Future Nostalgia album, and it's quite entertaining. It's very slickly done, very well put together pop music, maybe a little bit, you know, a little bit slick for some people, but
Yeah.
it's kind of entertaining. But it's an unusual one to be. I mean, in the 80s and 90s, they would never have had a pop singer like that as the main act on the pyramid stage, would they? It would always have
No.
been a band or someone with a bit of an alternative kind of cachet about them, not just a straight pop act. And Saturday night, you've got Cyndi Lauper, who I'm amazed in the way that Cyndi Lauper's not the
Headline.
legend. You know what I mean? That she's not the legend one, but that's going to be Shania Twain on Sunday. She's going to be the tea time legend on a Sunday.
Yeah, great. That
Maybe
don't impress me much.
but they've got Coldplay on the Saturday night. Now, how many times have Coldplay had a headline on the pyramid
Coldplay
stage?
must be put down to headline because everybody else turned them down at the time.
It must be that
Third time, I think they've headlined.
Coldplay, they're kind of like the stand-in band, I think. Are they the
Yeah.
stand-in band because they couldn't get whichever big American star they wanted to have, so they thought, oh well, we'll have to go to Coldplay again. Have they got a contract with Coldplay?
Possibly, maybe because they couldn't get Oasis to reform.
Yeah. Now you see, if they had done that, that would have been on the Sunday night, wouldn't it? Well, that would have been the
that would have been the big
I would have
closer,
thought
wouldn't it?
But instead we've got SZA. Now I don't know anything about SZA.
No. I tell you one act on the Saturday, Michael Kiwanuka.
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 Ben, if you don't like him, you don't have to use. You know, you don't have to be so insulting about him. I mean, really.
Kiwanuka. I've got a couple of his albums. The Kiwanuka. He's actually quite good. I actually quite like him. I've noticed that between Cyndi Lauper and thing is Keane.
Yeah. Are you keen on Keane?
Keane, don't mind some of the singles, but Keane is for people who just like eating plain white bread.
Well, Keane, I remember when they were around in the early sort of part of their first, when they first came to prominence.
2003, 4.
I remember Paul McCartney was a fan of them.
No guitars, have they? They haven't got a guitar player. Drums, keyboard, and a singer.
Oh, C6 Steve is on Sunday lunchtime.
Yes, I saw that C6 Steve.
Yeah.
Paloma Faith. I don't know. I mean, even though we do the world's most popular YouTube music channel, I don't know a lot of these people who are on the main stages.
Okay, so SCA is an R&B pop American.
Sounds awful.
Singer-songwriter.
Sounds terrible.
She's sort of R&B pop and hip hop, an alternative R&B.
It's going to be awful.
You probably like it. She's got 4 Grammy nominations, and she's the second longest charting R&B album by a female artist with her debut album.
Okay, I might give it a listen to. I would have liked to see Black Pumas on there. Maybe I think Fat White Family should be higher up as well. They're really good. But I'm not. I must admit, I do say this with a lot of Glastonbury lineups where I think, oh, I'm not blown away. There's no sort of. I tell you what they should have probably had on there as a legend. Bon Jovi. People would have loved a bit of Bon Jovi.
Probably, although isn't his voice a little bit
shot,
mashed at the moment?
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of these bands, obviously, there's going to be a lot that we've not heard of because that's just the way it goes. But there's a lot I kind of look at and think, I don't understand why you're on that stage. Oh,
What was
Corinne Bailey Ray's on there as well.
now
I
she?
remember.
Now her album that she did last year has been very acclaimed, and it's supposed
Yes,
to be really good. I have heard a little bit of it, and it sounded good, but I've not really delved any further into it.
she's from Leeds, isn't she?
What day is she on?
Corinne Bailey Ray is on the Saturday on the West Holt stage.
I want to check that out. I'm going to
In
watch that on
fact,
TV.
I said the Black Pumas aren't on. The Black Pumas are on Saturday. They're on after Corinne Bailey Ray. So I recommend anybody out there turn off your Do Leaper, whatever her name is. It sounds like a stupid card game that kids play, and listen to the Black Pumas.
Okay.
So get on that one. Get on Fat White Family. These are my two. Sleaford mods, don't mind them. You can throw them into the mix. Coldplay will give you what you've turned up for. Kim Gordon's playing, I see, as well.
Oh yeah.
So
She's got quite a techno-y type, alternative
yeah.
techno. I don't know what you would call it, but yeah.
But I would imagine Paul Heaton will be good. I know he toured with Jackie What's Her Face in the Beautiful South. My
Right.
cousin went to that. It's had really good. So yeah, I mean, we do this a lot. I do it a lot. I'm like, oh god, I'm not blown away by the lineup. And then when I watch it, I'm like, I'm not blown away by the lineup. But I might be surprised. You never know. I'm just to be fair, they've had a new album out this year. Of course, was Elbow aren't on there, but they were on it last year, weren't they, with the big puppet thing? Was it last year or the year before?
We don't seem to have any big alternative American type bands on at all. I mean, last time they had Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah, they were good.
Who I caught up with afterwards because I think they were on the same time as Elton John. I watched Elton John because it was his last gig, wasn't it? And I did catch up with the Queens of the Stone Age, and I thought it was very good.
Oh, Josh Homme.
But I can't think there's not really a big American band.
No. Maybe who just came into my mind? I just thought.
I'd have thought maybe they could
Pearl
have got
Jam are touring, aren't they? They're in the UK.
Well, yeah, I don't know whether Pearl Jam have ever played at Glastonbury. Not that, to my knowledge, but then they may well have done it, and I've been totally oblivious. But
yeah,
I would have thought they would have been a big draw.
And neither the Gallagher brothers are on there either.
No, it would have been good if they could have got Pearl Jam and Oasis.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
Yeah. But I don't think that's going to happen for long until there's a big tax bill to pay.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look down to see if there's any Avril Lavigne's on there. She's on the same stage as James.
Now she was kind of like the
emo.
She was like the girl who was writing all the sort of angsty songs.
Yes, yeah.
But she was kind of somewhere between. Was she really alternative? Was she really a bit of a pop star? Halfway between being alternative and a pop star. Am I right to say that?
Yeah, I think she was lodged. She actually married Chad Kroeger from Nickelback. They should have got Nickelback on. That would have turned me off.
Did she? She married the guy from Nickelback.
Yeah, Chad Kroeger. Yeah. Do you know why they were called Nickelback? When you paid for a coffee or something, you got a Nickelback in change.
Great.
Yeah.
But weren't they? Aren't they? They're pretty consistently named as one of the worst bands of all time.
Yeah, but I think that's because they tread the Bon Jovi middle of the road.
Yeah. Did they do that song about "I Want to Be a Rock Star"?
Yes. Yeah.
That was pretty awful, wasn't it?
That was, if I could swear, that was fucking awful. That was.
Yeah.
It was Billy Bragg's playing, but he always plays, doesn't he? So I'm just saying, yeah, Bob Vylan.
I think that song was worse than the Kid Rock one that people hate.
Oh,
the one by Kid Rock, which sounds a bit like Werewolves of London.
Yeah. I don't like Kid Rock anyway. I think he's awful as well.
But I actually think that song by Nickelback is even worse.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
than
Oh,
him. Yeah.
there's somebody playing on the levels stage, and he's called Joy Orbison. That's ace.
So is he like Roy Orbison, but he does happy songs
He
instead
does
of
happy songs.
instead of
Yeah, yeah,
heartbreak songs?
yeah. He's just always happy. So I'm just having a look through. So there's any sort of big acts that have fallen down the to the stage where there's just like a one-eyed farmer and his deaf dog there, and there isn't. I've just the vaccines are quite low down, but they never really got quite high up anyway. So I would say, Philster, it's a disappointing lineup, but I'll probably still watch some of it. There's
Yeah.
nothing that grabs me. The headliners aren't. Maybe I'm just getting old. They're just not headliner material.
You'll end up watching the Euros football instead, won't you?
Yeah, well, yeah. But
I'm
it
not
should.
sure.
I mean, it will be a good festival. They always are, aren't they? And there's always an act that sort of springs up that you sort of think, oh, I'll listen to them.
So there you go. Sunday, I might end up watching the Eastbourne tennis final or something rather
I
than
wonder
rather than
why.
Glastonbury. But
The
who
female
knows?
singles.
It might be. Who knows? There is a men's
No,
tournament
it
there as
will
well.
be. It will be the
You
female
never
singles.
know, man. You never know, man. You never know.
Well, unless the volleyball's on, I'll be watching a bit
If
of it.
it's on the beach, yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go, viewers. It's time for Glastonbury.
Glasto!
What do you think of that lineup? Who should have been on, and what is on the lineup that we don't recognise because we're too old and we didn't know who the acts were?
If
We
they
didn't know
could have
some, but
gotten
they're
back
good.
together,
Yeah.
sorry for me putting it, get the Kinks back together. That would have been a great Legends. Didn't they do it a few years ago? Didn't they do it?
I think Ray Davis performed as a solo artist.
Nah, that's probably
the
right.
chances of getting the Kinks would be.
Bring Cooler Shaker back.
Yeah, that might go down quite well. They're still around, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Did they not play it last year though? Have I got that wrong?
Don't
Maybe
know,
they did.
Philster.
Well, which of the acts on the bill, viewers, have we not picked up on that are great that we should be checking out? Let us know. And have you got an act that you think should have been on the bill at Glastonbury
Celine
and hasn't
Dion.
been? Yeah. The comments are waiting for you. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.